Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another installment for last week on Xbox. In this series, we do a brief little discussion regarding the Xbox games that came out of the Xbox Store and kind of features, updates, or anything kind of notable that you may have missed, as well as talking about how long games take to complete, their current prices, and anything else that might be of note. So the first game to release last week came out on Wednesday. The game was Crime Opera: The Butterfly Effect. This game released at a price of $10, currently available on sale for $8, and does take about 10 minutes to complete if you want to follow along with some guides. Now, the next game on our list that released last week was Somatically Muffed. Somatically Muffed takes roughly 3 to 5 hours to complete and is priced at $10. There is no sale for this game at this time. This is based off of the completions that I can track on a couple different gaming sites, such as True Achievements, and viewing the achievements that have been unlocked and chatting with gamers that have played them. Following up Somatically Muffed will be Ladders by Pogi. This game is another one of the Pogi games, so we have a few. I think this is the fifth game from Pogi that has came out onto the Xbox. It is $7.99 and will take you roughly about an hour to really complete the whole game. There isn't really a trailer for the game, but you can kind of go through. It's a ladder style word puzzle game where you get a word on the top, a word on the bottom, and you have to modify one letter at a time to kind of complete the games out. The next game on our list that came out last week will be Second Extinction. So let's find. Oh, Second Extinction actually doesn't show up here. Now, the reason Second Extinction isn't showing up here is this game is actually not fully released. This is what we would call a game preview title. The game is currently available to pick up for $24.99, or if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can pick up the game. You're looking at roughly 25 to 30 hours if you want to complete this entire game. It's a three-player kind of drop-in, drop-out play as you want game where you go around completing various missions and killing dinosaurs. So who doesn't love killing dinosaurs and just having a ton of fun? And then lastly, for the game that came out on Wednesday, we are going to have The Sinking City. So let's pop right back over to the store here. Give me 2 seconds to get back. See, we have The Sinking City. This game has two different bundles. Price is starting at $49.99. So far, there currently is nobody that I've been able to track that has fully completed this game, so we're not quite sure on what it would take to really complete it. I know some of the people that I was looking at have put over 20 to 30 hours of play into the game, so take that in mind if it is a game you're looking to do kind of a quick completion with, that you might not be able to do it all that easy. Now, that wraps up game releases for Wednesday, so let's move on to Thursday. The first game we have coming out on Thursday of this past week is a game called Before I Forget. This game is priced at $7.99, and it's looking at about a 1 hour completion. There are guides online to kind of walk you through on what you want to do if it is something that you do want to dive into. It's nothing that seems to be too difficult or too hard. And then we have one other title that's appearing on the list for Thursday, War Dogs Red's Return. This game is currently priced at $3.99, and there isn't a trailer available, unfortunately, but it's kind of just like a beat 'em up kind of game. Based on the gamers that I can track, it looks like it's about a 3 to 5 hour completion. There isn't really any guides out there, so it seems like it might have a pretty straightforward achievement list. So that wraps up Thursday releases. So we'll go ahead and dive on to Friday releases. The first game we're going to talk about is Angels with Scaly Wings. This is a game that is a visual novel by Radalaka. It's priced at $9.99, but you can pick the game up right now on sale for $7.99 if you want to save a couple bucks. It will take you a pretty lengthy amount of time to complete this game, but there have recently been some achievement guides get released, so I believe you can do the game in about an hour, between an hour and an hour and a half if you're following along with a guide. The next game we have up on the list is Boris the Rocket. So Boris the Rocket comes in at a price of $14.99. I will have you note, if you are somebody who's not a big fan of odd number achievements, this game does have odd achievements, so keep that in mind if you don't like losing that 5 or 0 at the end of your kind of gamer score list. So far, nobody has managed to fully complete this game, so that still is kind of thing to note if you are worried about not getting a full completion. Next up on our list now, we're going to have Mystic Fate. This is another Jandusoft title. It comes in at a price that's a little odd. It's $5.49, but you can save a little bit of money and pick it up for $4.94 while it is on sale. Looking at initial completions, it'll take about 1 to 2 hours to complete this game. I don't really know if there's any guides out there yet, nothing that I could really see quickly glancing, but if it is something that you do want to dive into, it is doable in just a few hours. Next up on our list is a game that we featured on the channel with an early gameplay preview and a review is Protocol. Protocol comes in at a price of $20.99. So far, there has only been one person fully complete this game, and it took that person at least 28 plus hours. So probably going to take you somewhere between that 30 to 40 hours to really knock out this game. It's a game that we did review on the channel, so if you want to know more, make sure you search that up on the channel, subscribe, and check it out. If you have any questions, as always on any of these games, let us know down in the comments. Next up, coming out on Friday, we have RType Final 2. This game has two editions. There's a regular edition as well as a deluxe edition. It's priced at $39.99, and so far from what I can tell, nobody has completed this game yet. It is a pretty lengthy game and a pretty hyped game nonetheless. I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe this was a game that was funded through Kickstarter, so it's kind of cool to see the community bring a game to life. Now we'll leave off at RType Final 2 for the final game that released last week, which we will have the Ultimate Custom Night. This game kind of falls in the Five Nights at Freddy genre of games. It's priced at $7.99, and so far it doesn't appear that anybody has managed to complete this game. Generally a lot of the people have been able to figure out cheeses and ways to complete those games, so I'm sure something will happen soon as people figure it out, but I do know these games do have some pretty lengthy learning curves. Now, as for games, there are a couple various bundles that came out with special editions. I don't really cover those, but there is Planet Coaster Premium Edition that came out and listed had a little bit more stuff, I believe, and then various DLCs. If you'd like me to cover bundles that release too and DLCs, as always, let me know down in the comments. I want to tailor this kind of series to you guys. And then the other thing I do want to call out is we have a little bit of hardware releases, which is pretty cool. Xbox actually just released a brand new color controller. You can actually get this, what color are they calling this? Electric Volt green controller. So that's a pretty cool controller to note for. And then there should be another new one that I don't see in the store just yet. That is a red camo controller that I think was just announced yesterday. That should be available and hit the store hopefully sometime soon. I think it has a little bit of a price markup around the $65 point. And then if you are lucky enough and still in the market for some Xbox Series S's or X's, we have actually seen on multiple days this week that Xbox Series S consoles have been available to purchase directly from the Microsoft Store. So if you are looking to pick those up, make sure you're checking here because a lot of people that I talk to don't think to check and see if the consoles are available here. And, I actually picked one up on release through the store, so it's pretty cool. But outside of that, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode of Last Week on Xbox. If there's anything I missed or you want to see me cover for future episodes, as always, please let me know. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a great day. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and we'll catch you guys next time.